Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Learn from rejections and move on. You know what, one of the things that I've seen with a lot of men, they're concerned about rejections. They're concerned about rejections. Thing is, other than saying, rejection is God's protection and stuff, they're going to happen. I don't care who you are. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how handsome your face is. It could have a perfect square jaw. I don't care how muscular you are. You're looking like a poster child for, body game. You're being an alpha showpiece. I don't care how many women just throw it at you, just hand you the pie. I don't care. You could win a modeling contest. You could have 1 million subs on IG. You can have 1 million on TikTok just showing your face, smiling and everything, right? Somebody gonna reject you. That's a part of life. Now, of course, a person like that's gonna be rejected less than most people. And we're gonna go through it. You're gonna go through rejection. Somebody ain't gonna like you. You can be the perfect human being. You could be the nicest person. Somebody ain't gonna like it. You can have everything going for you. Somebody ain't gonna like it. Rejection is a part of life. But the thing is, it's a lesson. It's a lesson. One, I always talk about abundance. There's 4 billion, for a man, there's 4 billion women in the world. Definitely all 4 billion ain't gonna like your ass. I don't care what you got going. But see, a lot of guys get too caught up in it, or they feel bad when they get rejected. And I've talked about just not basing your self-esteem on other people. And especially with the rejection thing, what I said, you don't know why that woman's rejecting you. She might not even like men. I told you, I know 2 young, very lipstick lesbians, very like roll out of bed beautiful and stuff. And I'll be looking at them, I was like, damn, that's a waste of 2 perfectly good hugs. They're going to reject a man. It doesn't matter. Here's the thing with rejection, though. You know what's going to happen. You learn from it. You learn from it. Because women, they're going to give you feedback on whatever you're doing. Like if you're getting rejected, right? Say you've been taking some rejections, but you listen to Rom's body game video, so you hit the gym. You drop 50 pounds, or you put on 20 pounds of muscle, whatever the case. You change your style and everything. Women gonna let you know right away, because that's their nature. See, in one way, women are kind of good in how they are. They're cold-blooded, especially for mating. It's just their nature. They supposed to be that way. They ain't gonna want to mate with every single man that they meet, no matter how much they want sex. And it tells you where you at. Because say you get rejected by 20 women. The only thing those women had in common was you. So you learn something. I told you when I was younger, I would come on to a woman too strong and get rejected for that. So I learned from that. That's why I'm laid back now. I let the game come to me. That's because coming on too strong didn't work. Now for the next guy, laying back might be a problem. He might have to come on. He might have to be more assertive. But you learn that from the rejection. But you don't get mad. You don't get mad. Somebody hit me up privately and they were saying, they were calling a woman evil. They were calling a woman evil because she wasn't feeling them the same way. I say, no, she's just being honest. Move on. Move on. Now, I ain't calling any names, but I had to use the example. You got to move on. Learn from it. Okay, what was you get rejected by a woman. And I'm going to emphasize this because it keeps coming up. But you get rejected, right? Forget why she might have rejected, because you really don't know. But just think about, okay, what were you wearing? And, were you dressed good? Did your colors match? Did you have on a nice clothing? Did you approach in a confident manner, or were you coming off as nervous? Were you stuttering and stuff when you approached her? Did you hit her with a corny line? What are you giving off? You learn from that, make the changes, and then you get feedback the next time. Because then if you change something and then the woman's not rejecting you, that might be telling you something. Because it's telling you something. It says, okay, you need to grow in this area. But whatever the case, learn from it, Move on. See, one of the biggest issues, many men, they get focused on one woman and they trying to get her to like him. And that's a big problem because you got plenty of content creators talking about, well, this will get her to like you and stuff. You can't make another human being like you. Seriously. And I'll just say that from a personal perspective, that's one thing. If a person didn't like me, only requirement I had of them is they stay out my way. I even told a woman that. She told me straight up she didn't like me. And I said, okay, you have a reason to stay out of my way. Because that's all they can do. You can't make a person like you. See, a lot of guys get caught up, like they'll take a woman on a date. They're trying to make the woman like them. It don't work that way. She either like you or she don't. She either like you or she don't. The best way, only way you can get her to like you is if you respect that she don't like you and move on. And if they come back around, that's on them. You didn't try. Because you can't worry about it. You can't focus on it. Because see, while you like focus on that one woman who rejected you, there's 5 more who want you easily. They probably sending you all types of choosing signals. They putting breadcrumbs down, putting themselves in your path. But you focus on this other woman. These other 5, they want to do vile things to you. See, the thing is, once you accept the rejection and move on, learn from it, then you not only know what mistakes you make, but then your eyes are open for the women who are down for you. Because one of the things, and I've said this, and this is part of my whole philosophy about women choosing the men, and it's a basic thing. All you have to do is just be you. And then let me be clear about it, because when I've said that, it's like, oh, men choose the women. Well, if that's the case, a lot of men are failing at it. And see, as a personal thing, if you letting a woman come for you, she automatically putting herself on your program. There's a deeper psychological thing to it, but we ain't gonna get into it. But she already putting herself on your program. She's already down for you. So that's the thing. You gotta focus. You just gotta move on and just pay attention. But don't be chasing or worried about the rejection or letting it hurt you. Like if a woman say, look, she ain't interested, you still walking. Did it kill you? You know? And even approaching women, guys, they like feeling like, oh, she'll reject me. Look, the worst she can do is tell you no. She ain't gonna bite you unless that's what you want and y'all down for that kinkiness. But what does it mean? At least you know. And she rejects you, she reject you. Like I do, like, even though I'm known for not being big on approach, I've said approach when you say damn, the damn principle. If you look at a woman and the first word out your mouth is damn, it's better that you approach and know what's up right then. And don't hesitate. Because you see a big fine woman, whatever you like in a woman, she got exactly what you like. It's better that you approach and find out. Because she might be receptive to you. That's the thing. But if she reject you, just be like, okay. You know, at least you say, you know what, I shot my shot, boom, and keep it moving, you know, and look back at it and say, okay, if I see a fine woman like that, maybe I need to change my approach. Maybe I need to do something different, which will probably work. But you can't worry about it though. You can't dwell on it. Rejection is a part of life. Someone can get to know you. A woman, you can deal with a woman and then she reject you down the road. It happens. And quite frankly, if you're a thorough man, you're doing some rejections. You are the one doing some rejections. So it's just a part of life. It is what it is. Because you can even argue divorces are rejections. It happens. Move on. Grow from it. Learn from your mistakes. And then understand sometimes, even learn that it don't always have to deal with you. I will always use a pretty lesbian example. You don't know, or she could have a guy. In fact, I remember I saw this. I was out the other day and I saw this fine woman, but I ain't try to approach her or anything. I just sat there and I just waited. I'd say maybe 2 seconds, because I remember I was walking. It was in a store. I'm walking down the aisle. She's kind of, they had like the, walls, they got stuff on and everything, shelves and everything. She was kind of out a little bit. I saw her. I ain't go run up and talk, because then as soon as I passed like the little wall thingy, I forgot what that is, the shelf, whatever it was, she was looking at someone. She was looking at this dude. Now, do I get mad or I say, no, I was just like, okay. Now, she didn't reject me or anything, but that's my point. Look at the whole situation. Now, what if I had approached that woman and say, hey, how you doing? Oh, you look good. You know, something like that. Then all of a sudden, this big old dude who made Rom look small would have came out, been ready to fight or something. See, you don't know the situation. So don't be tripping, all right? Just in general, you don't know what's going on with the woman. So you can't take it up personally. And then even if it is personal, like she just don't like you, okay, learn from it. You ain't waste time, you ain't spend money. In a few seconds, you probably saved yourself a lifetime of stuff. Because if a woman ain't feeling you and she's still dealing with you, she love you for your inner beauty, the beauty of the money in your pocket. Or you got some women out here, they just twist it. They'll just mess with somebody's mind. I've heard of instances where they will give a guy a phone number and even go out with him. And like, I know this one guy, he told this story. He said he had met this real beautiful woman. It was a social circle, met this real beautiful woman. And they went out on a date and she just tore into him. And then found out among the women, he was a butt of jokes for months. So, you know, don't trip over it. Just, you get rejected, move on. Learn from it and move on. All right? So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.